I work for the LVM Insurance, or LVM Versicherung in German. My name is Ulrich Lehner. I have a master degree in applied sciences of IT, and I am a certified software architect. I was completely busy with the task to find an appropriate replacement for our host-based test data management tool. Yes, synthetic test data might help out, but they are not the best way to get to test data. How about if we get our test data from production? There we have a high degree of details. We have all the corner cases of our living customers, for example. We have a high consistency. If we remember the daughter that is 2 years older than her biological mother, this won't happen due to biological constraints. We have a high diversification, as the datasets will be that diverse as our customers, for example, are. All this feels like the guy we see here. The dataset have some history. They are not that sterile. The goal we want to achieve with that in the long term is a high degree of test data automation, especially for system tests. Therefore, let's have a look at the infrastructure. We already have Jenkins and nowadays the XDM running. And we are right now introducing a Kubernetes system. We build up our Skyline, the LAS3 systems I showed before. We get new databases as soon as we start our new Skyline. We get clean, empty databases, and those databases now need to be filled with test data. This step is done by XDM, or will be done by XDM. Next step is to execute our system tests, like performance tests, integration tests, and so on. And as soon as we are done with that, we want to drop the whole system and begin from a clean green field again with all the tests. And this is a cycle we permanently want to run in order to monitor the quality of the overall system. And in order to achieve this high degree of test automation, XDM is one of the key aspects in order to achieve that. As soon as I had the feeling that I gathered all the requirements that apply to our VSNR test system, I remembered you should investigate how other architects solve the problem. And it turned out that, of course, we are not the only one who deal with test data. And furthermore, there are several solutions on the market. And with that, we changed our plans away from a known architecture to the plan for a procurement of a test data management software. So we at first started with a market research. Therefore, we designed a catalog of questions that we sent to several vendors that were the most promising ones at a first glance. At first, we sent this catalog to 5 vendors: Informatica, Datprof in the Netherlands, Delphix, Solix, and UBS Heiner. The answers of those 5 vendors turned out that only one of those vendors really fitted our needs. That was UBS Heiner with their XDM system. We ran that proof of concept with 3 people: a technical product owner, a software architect, that was me, and a general product owner. We saw everything we demanded or we asked for, and even more. And we got that much convinced of the system that, we closed the proof of concept 1 week before due date. Next interesting aspect were the costs. Originally, we planned 65 man days for the proof of concept. In the end, we used 43. We managed to show every requirement we had to meet. Even more interesting was the support we demanded by UBS Heiner. Originally, we bought support for 15 man days provided by UBS Heiner, but we only requested not even 2 days. Because the system was that easy to set up and to use at the beginning, that we didn't really need that much help from UBS Lehner. As soon as you can deal with Docker and a shell, you're good to go. There are only 2 points that, XDM could not provide out of the box, but that was absolutely fine to us. One aspect was the so-called source classification. That is a specific of estate insurances. And the second one was an access control for special data sets, for example, when it comes down to questions for the healthcare insurances. Those aspects were quite specific aspects of the insurance business, but XDM showed that it is so open with a plugin system that we can manage to design that on our own. So one can say that the proof of concept was a huge success, and therefore we decided to introduce XDM as an appropriate replacement for our VSNR test. XDM is already running since March in production. The domain agency management is already up and running. Car insurances is the go live is imminent within the next 2 weeks. The domain reference data is already in preparation, far before plan, and the domain brokerage is in planning state right now. So one can say that the introduction of XDM generated a huge pull factor, much higher than we originally estimated, as more and more domains want to switch to or from VSNR test to XDM far beyond plan. Let's have a look at the aspect make or buy. As I already said, you get at the same costs a lot of more features when you buy a production-ready system than developing it on your own. New systems have to get mature over time. It won't run out of the box quite seamlessly. We have just a little know-how in test data management, and especially in designing and developing test data management tools. In addition to that, test data management tools are just a supportive tool for quality assurance. It's not our main business. In our case, our main business are insurances. And the most important aspect is, especially these days, that developers are a scarce resource. And the question is, do you really want to spend a developer resource on a tool that is not your main business? These are just some aspects. If you get to the point make or buy, we chose the way to buy a test data management tool, and turned out at least for us, it was a good decision to do so.